Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jaquie Ohh, a full-time photographer and content creator, sharing tips, tricks, gear reviews, and inspiration. So if that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button and let's hang out some more. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you my 2-light headshot setup, as well as how I edit those photos. So make sure you stick around until the end because I'm gonna be introducing you to some really exciting new editing software. Now, this is not my typical headshot setup. However, it is one that I will sometimes utilize if I'm shooting in a small space or don't have a lot of time to set up. It's fast, it's easy, and it gets the job done. I'm using the Godox 8400 Pro with ambit full octagon softbox for my key light, and then the Godox 8200 Pro with strip box for my hair light. I don't use any sort of background, just the wall, because I'm gonna be replacing the background in post anyway. And because this is a small space, I'm using my Canon 24-70mm 2.8 lens, whereas typically I would be using my 100mm lens. In some cases, you may not have the space to back far enough away from your subject, so using a lens like this is your only option. I do crank it all the way to 70mm though, because the compression of that focal length is just more flattering for portraits. I'm also a fan of the clamshell light look, particularly for headshots, so I have her hold a reflector under her face. If you would prefer the client not to hold the reflector, they do make a stand for them. They also make C-shaped reflectors, which I do typically use, but they can kind of be a pain to put together and also to break down. So for the purposes of this fast and easy style of headshot, I'm just having her hold it. It's light enough and she's strong enough, so I think she'll be okay. Okay, so I'm back at my computer to edit these photos. And listen, I love the editing process, sometimes more than actually shooting. I just put on some music and I get in the zone because I have an enormous amount of edits to get through. It's very time consuming, especially the skin retouching part. I typically go really in depth with frequency separation and all that. It sometimes can take me 30 minutes or more just to get through one photo. You can imagine why I could spend days editing a batch of photos. I really want to speed up my process so that I can spend less time editing and more time doing other things. So one solution I have is actually the sponsor of this video, Reblum. It's an AI editing program that is going to speed up our skin retouching process, which for me is the longest part. So let's go ahead and edit some of these photos together in real time. The great thing about Reblum is that it integrates with other programs like Lightroom and Photoshop. So we can literally start off here in Lightroom, go to Photo, edit in, and look at that, Reblum is right there. So here's the interface. What I like about it is that it is simple. I mean, simple, simple, simple. There aren't a lot of buttons. It's just, you know, 2 different styles, and there you go. As you can see, it already applied the natural preset style. You can choose from natural or fashion. I tend to go for more of a natural editing style, so let's just zoom in here and see what it did. So this is with it on, that's with it off. On, off. Let me zoom out just a little bit more so you can see. On, off. And look at that, it is just so subtly nice. You know, it did frequency separation on its own. It got rid of a lot of those like little imperfections in the skin, especially right here. Look at that. Wow, so nice. And it retains a lot of the texture in the skin, which I love. If you think that it did a little bit too much, you can go over here to the fine tuning sliders. Just in general, we can take down some of this a little bit more, or we can bump it up. So here's it all the way off. Same with texture. If you want it to go all the way, that's what this would look like. If you want to take it off, it would look like this. And you can see that you can see more bumps, a little bit more imperfections there. So if we turn that slide that all the way, it disappeared. Wow, that's so nice. Now let's just say, for instance, you want to do more of a high fashion glossy look. Let's try that. Give it a couple minutes. Let it do its thing. Yeah, wow, that is really, really polished. So you can see here before, after, before, after. It's really taken it to a different level. Zoom in here, do it again. On, off, on, off. Zoomed out, on, off. on, off. Even here in the chest, it took away a lot of those imperfections. It even tried to take away her little mole here. Again, this is a little too polished for my taste, so we're gonna go back to natural. And you can see the difference here between fashion and natural. Fashion, natural. I prefer natural, but there is an occasion for fashion. Then once you're ready to export, you just click OK, and we're back in Lightroom with the edited version. Here's the unedited, here's the edited version. From here, you can continue into Photoshop, which is probably what I would do just to replace the background. But look at that, literally in one click, it did all of the skin retouching for me. It just saved me so much time. So let's say you have a bunch of photos. Reblum allows you to batch edit just by dragging and dropping the files. So let's choose 2 photos, drop them in here, and let's watch Reblum do its thing. All right, yeah, so drop them in here, and it literally just took a couple of seconds to apply the edit to both of these photos. Wow, look at that. So cool. Oh, it's so easy and it's so natural. I mean, yeah, let's say you have 100 photos. It's gonna take a couple of minutes to apply to all of these photos, but what's a couple of minutes to a couple of days? You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, you can choose what format you would like to export it in and where you would like to export it. Through Reblum, you can also do this batch processing in Lightroom. You just select the photos that you want and open them up in the program. It automatically does all the adjustments, and then once they're done, I just open them back up in Lightroom and everything's there. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. I really like how it integrates with the editing programs that I'm already using. I don't have to export them somewhere and then upload them into the program. It all just connects, you know? I love that. Something else that I want to mention is that sometimes I'm doing these edits in the car on long road trips. I'm not the one driving, of course, but although it is so easy, you probably could. I'm just kidding, don't do that. Anyway, what I like about Reblum is that you don't need to be connected to the internet in order to access its features. Unlike other AI programs, you can do all of your skin retouching offline, whenever, wherever you please. And we love that. Don't get me wrong, I love the editing process as much as the next person, but sometimes you just don't have time to spend hours or days doing it. Reblum is a really great solution for fast, easy skin retouching. And I've got a little gift for you. You can start a free trial and get 20% off all of the plans. Just make sure you click the link in the description. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I always answer. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!